Today on Nashville, we talk about marriages, we talk about breakups, and lots of FOMO. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes.
Yeah. Feeling it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to AFTERBUZZ TV. We are here doing Nashville season 4 already, or season 5. We're in 5, episode 4.
Sure.
Numbers. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Marisa Serafini. You can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV. Joining me, welcome back, the ladies.
Hi, y'all. We're so excited. I'm Whitney Lane. You can follow me at Southern_Wit.
Hey everybody, I'm Violet Kanian. I'm so excited to be back, and you can follow me everywhere at Violet Kanian.
Yes,
Guys.
I'm excited to talk Nashville with you.
Literally,
ladies. It's been a while.
A long time.
A very, very long time.
Like
Very
7
long time.
months, 8 months.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're back.
And
Ridiculous.
We're still here. Isn't
We're
that
back
great?
and just as excited as ever.
Just as excited.
We love.
Leap of Faith. What were your quick thoughts about this, Whitney?
Okay, just in general, because since we haven't been here to like talk about some of them, in general, I think they're doing really well putting the show on CMT. I think it's definitely drawing in a different crowd a little bit too, and obviously getting really good ratings because they immediately played on Nick at Night right after.
Oh,
Isn't that
awesome.
interesting?
That
But
is
like
awesome.
I find moments where I'm like, oh, it's a little cheesy. Oh, it's a little soapy, but then ABC was soapy. I don't know. I go back and forth, but like I'm invested because I think we're finally getting a chance to kind of like see Rayna and Deacon as a married couple and like really like not have to worry. Are they going to break up? Are they going to do that? Like right now we're just kind of living in it with them. And I love that part of it.
Yes, Violet.
I agree with some of that.
Yeah.
It's so funny because I was watching it the last 2 episodes or the last 3 episodes, and I thought it's so less soapy than before.
Maybe it's cheesy though, I
a
think.
little bit cheesy, but I feel like the writing has gotten so much better. The scenes have gotten better. Like Marisa, you were saying, the lighting, they're like actually taking their time with it. And I feel like CMT isn't like, oh, it's just another one of our many, many scripted shows.
Right.
Where we can actually dedicate some real time to this. And you're right, they have so many new fans now because they're actually catering to their real audience.
Yes.
I think it's substance.
Country music
right?
fans, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I think it's like substance versus let's get these ratings because it's the
Yep.
only way it's going to stay on the air. So now we're getting to see a little bit more like storylines that are relatable to people. Like you see her, Juliette, about praying and all like those kinds of things that I think really does get a different crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those particular storylines that like really delve into the demographic that's actually watching the show. Other than ABC, which is like great platform to start on, for sure. And you build your audience there, but like when you actually move to CMT, it can be smaller, yes, but it's way more avid niche loyal fan base.
Yep.
And
Do you
that's
wonder what the
they're
actors,
catering to.
how they feel about it?
Yeah,
Like I
I'm
wonder how
wondering.
different it is. Like there had to be a lot of, different
Back and
contracts,
forth,
different
yeah.
things. Like it's a different network. It doesn't have, you see, like it's not turning out a ton of these shows. So it's interesting to think. I wonder how they feel about it as well.
And we heard some when it wasn't on air yet, when there was a lot of talk about it coming to CMT, we heard like Connie Britton might not come back for all the seasons. Now I'm kind of wondering, since it is doing so well, are they going to extend
Guess
their
we'll see,
contracts?
right?
renegotiates. We'll
Yeah.
see. I mean, well, we're here to talk about this particular episode.
Let's
Lots
do
happened.
it.
Yep.
Juicy. Let's start with Will and Kevin. Will still kind of he's iffy about their relationship and even getting this new apartment, which looked gorgeous, by the way. But
Okay,
what were your
let's talk
thoughts?
about it for a hot second
Please do.
because when I go to Nashville, that's where one of my best friends lives.
That's
so
crazy.
I stay there every
Such
time.
a small world we
I
live
know.
in.
And I have to say, Kevin's right. There's great new restaurants. There's great places. Like
Is
there's
the view really like that?
It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, literally you see. And now though they're building a lot of other things up there, like the Thompson Hotel's there now, and like all this other stuff. Super trendy.
Fancy.
So Kevin was on track. Okay, Will just wasn't ready to commit in that way. I knew that was going to happen. He said it because he was trying to like salvage the relationship when that older guy came in and kind of tempted him a bit. But that's not what you do to try to.
Okay,
You know.
we've seen this side of Will before when he was scared that him being gay was going to come out. He wanted to marry Layla. And then he jumped right into that. And now he's kind of scared that he might have feelings for other people. He's kind of attracted to other people now. And he jumps into let's move in together. he jumps into these big, huge decisions, trying to cover up what he doesn't want coming out.
Yeah, he always
Life-changing
second
things.
guesses
Yeah.
himself, though.
Yeah, do you
That's
think
the
he's
thing.
indecisive in that way?
I think
He's just an indecisive person.
Right. Why would you? Okay, you have obviously mixed feelings. You obviously are attracted to other people. You have your eyes, like wandering eye, as they call it. Why would you show up with flowers saying, "Oh, you're"?
I know.
What?
He's
Make up your
he
mind.
feels guilty because he knows what he's doing to Kevin. He knows what he's putting Kevin through. He
Well,
just feels guilty.
See, I think it's just he's unsure of himself, and he
Okay.
just doesn't. He doesn't know how to navigate relationships. He has newfound stardom where I'm sure he feels flattered by all these attractive men
Right.
finding him attractive and giving him attention. I think it's something that I think it makes sense that they kind of take some time because I think he needs to learn how to like live in that world and enjoy it a little bit, you know? Like it all happened so fast. He
Yep.
came out, he immediately is in this relationship. He doesn't take time to really like get to know himself and
Right.
who he is in his newfound like coming out party basically. Like he's gonna do just fine. Kevin I like a lot and I think that it was his first love as we saw, but I do think I want to see him kind of have fun and be like
Yeah.
a country star.
And there's
You
so
know?
many interesting characters that are kind of like, giving him the eye.
Right.
So I want to see him explore different people.
The gay side of Nashville. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel bad for Kevin because he so does not deserve that, and then we also feel bad for Layla because as terrible as a person she was, also she had her moments where just as a person you wouldn't want to put someone through
Right.
all that crap that
Will's put a
has
lot
done
of
that.
people through a lot of
But,
crap.
like Whitney brought up an interesting point. We've never really seen Will by himself, so because he's always been in a public eye with Layla. He's been in public
trying to get
eye
his
now
career.
as a musician. Like, if he was truly on his own and just, like, had time to be by himself, he might actually find himself. Because right now he's just questioning everything
Right.
about life.
That's
I don't think
true.
he's had time to actually find himself.
yeah,
I'm
he's
excited
he's
for
like,
it.
cool. I'm in this relationship. It's good. I'll stick around. It's not like I love him. I want to be with him. It's not like
Which
that.
it was at the beginning, and
Yeah.
this is why I don't feel sorry for Kevin necessarily. I think I'm glad that it kind of was forced upon Will to say something because the longer he waits and the longer he fakes it, and the more flowers he brings, it's not healthy for either one of them when he's not feeling that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I feel sorry for him obviously, but I think he'll get
Get
past
over it.
And maybe Will come back once he realizes what he had. But I do think right now we do need to see him kind of out and about being a country music star.
But, okay, so do you think Kevin and Will are endgame?
Man, not right
No?
now. I think this is so new, and again, he's so unsure of himself and doesn't really know who he is. We're going to figure that out along the way. I think we're going to grow with him as he finds out
Yeah.
what he wants.
That's what the 20s and 30s are for. You're about
Yeah.
self-discovery, and he's this whole time been with someone else.
And he's been
Yeah.
like a different person his half his life. So
Yeah, he's
more
kinda
than that.
coming into his own. What about the song?
Oh my goodness!
Right?
I think the lighting was great. I think the end of the song for like now watching the whole episode and ending the last 2 minutes on that, I think it totally shifted the emotion of what everything we just saw. The emotion of the song didn't fit what we just saw.
That's where I thought it was a
really
little
well
cheesy
episode.
for me.
Yeah.
Just because it was like he's singing the song and Kevin's throwing his stuff
Like
out, and it's just like, ugh.
seriously.
Right? Here, the other thing, too, is if Will was singing that about a girl, like maybe everyone knows he's gay at this point.
Yes.
They would be like swooning, but I actually just didn't even think that I liked the pitch of his voice during this. Like it was
The
so
whole
high pitched
song
for me.
wasn't him. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing we've
Wasn't his
seen Will
brand.
Lexington do. I mean, he could do like a ballad or something, but come on, it was like way too cheesy
Yeah, I
for
just didn't-
him
I
for the
wasn't-
show.
I didn't like it for him.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy that
I felt
one.
this particular, I mean, he has a great voice no matter what. I felt this particular slow ballad song didn't fit with the character, and it just changed the emotion tonally.
Yeah.
It just didn't fit.
It shows he has substance and like feelings and emotions, but like,
Meh.
I could have,
I was really having problems with him when he was trying to be, trying to avoid Kevin, and then he had his phone still on. He was throwing
So
the application.
cheesy.
in.
You're right.
boys
That's like,
do.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he's just sloppy.
You
Why
do
would
know-
you
Just
throw the
sloppy.
application away in your?
No, like his
In his
actions are just
apartment.
sloppy.
It's ridiculous.
Like, come on, Will.
Well,
you
it's
can't
just-
even lie well.
Guys
Shoot.
are avoiders, and he was trying to avoid what he knew he needed to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now,
True.
here we go. We'll see where Will goes from here. I'm excited, actually, in a weird way.
Okay, I'm excited for Scarlett and Gunner.
Well, that song at least was on
That
point.
one was a
Holy
good song.
crap.
I like that.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
about to get real sexy too in the video.
I'm
Ooh.
excited for next week.
I know.
How sexy? Too sexy?
I don't know.
Well, I
We'll
think
see.
that's a
any
little
sexy for
prediction-y.
Scarlett might be too sexy, but
true.
she's got to break her shell.
But yeah,
Right.
that performance was amazing. And talking about, how, switching over to CMT, I felt that the show is like very well produced, especially it looked like this whole episode was filmed by a music director and not a television director. That there's production value to it.
I would like to know if
Lighting,
like they
composition.
might do something like
I'm sure they brought in
Coloring.
people in the like.
Yeah, but it just, we've seen the Bluebird Cafe a million times now on the show. It looked like a completely different place
really
when they were
did.
sitting on and singing in the same place we've seen all the time. It looked completely different this time.
Interesting.
It looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun one. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen because that's such an emotional song in general for them. We've seen them argue over it. We've seen them change words in it to like make her feel. So to put it into a video where they have to express their relationship and the emotion behind those words. Oof, this is a tumultuous relationship to an extent.
And have we heard this song before? Like the full song? Did he always
I don't
say
think the
Blue
full
Eyes?
song.
No,
Yeah.
he said gold eyes, and that's where she has an
Gold
issue
Eyes.
with it.
And he changed it to Blue Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And we did see them perform like a more acoustic version via radio, but that was a very truncated version.
Which is where he put blue in, and she's like,
Blue
oh, I
in.
love
Yeah.
you.
You know,
That-
it's funny. I completely forgot that it used to be Golden Eyes, and
Yeah.
that was like a big thing for her. And I like caught that. I was like, Blue, that's interesting.
Yes. This All of Me song
okay,
is
Gunner, okay.
amazing. I'm downloading this song.
I
It is
like
so
them
good.
together right now. I hope that, like, as we said, we kind of get to build in a relationship without worrying that something's going to
Right.
go wrong. I know there's going to be ups and downs because they are kind of Rayna and Deacon reincarnated as their younger selves.
Seriously.
But I would like to see it build and not be constantly like, who's going to come and steal it or what's going to happen next, you
Or
know?
what song's gonna ruin them next?
I do love the friendship, though, that's happening with Scarlett, Gunner, Avery, and Will. I think it's
love
really fun to
that.
see
I
their little
love that.
group and how they, like, grown together, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's a
and
fun part of
Yeah.
the show.
it just feels like a family. They started off as friends, but now it's all just all-encompassing family. I love it. It's
Yep.
great. Well, the issue, as great as the song it is, they have to find a great director for it, which kind of brings Rayna into this. Rayna and
and her
doing
struggling
business with Zach. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so at first I'm like, I know they want us to think weird things about Zach. Like, is he for real? What kind of guy is he? But I don't know. I'm always wrong about these things. But I get this like really genuine guy kind of vibe from him. And then I'm like as I'm writing it, my notes down, he says something or he does something, and then I literally wrote maybe not. Like, I don't know. I'm so confused.
See, but I think that's like what they want from it because you see Deacon being a little bit skeptical too. And like, I think that's normal when someone comes on that strong and is like offering up such good things. You're kind of like, wait a second. Even if it is genuine and that will come out, that'll be like shown. I still think any normal human would be like, he's coming on strong.
Right.
Why does he like
What's
me so
the catch?
much?
Right.
Why is he the only one sitting in the front, like yelling for me, coming all the way to Nashville, inviting the mayor? Like, there's some things where I would be a little like, and I think she's playing it well. She's like giving him a second before she's like saying yes to the proposition. The way he words things, of course, they're trying to like
Marriage.
But I love that
Hilarious.
Deacon. I love that Deacon catches all of this and kind of like jokes about it because he's aware, and that's all
Yeah.
that matters is that one person is aware.
Yep.
Good
But-
marriage.
But then he like he jumped on board afterwards too. He's like, well, if it's if the lawyer says it's okay, then why not?
let's believe him, right.
Well, also, I mean, we know that Rayna's been in this business for so long. So many people have tried to take advantage of her. So I think it's just from a good businesswoman aspect. She has to question someone who's
course.
making a proposition that seems too good to be true. So that I understand the hesitancy. But I think just the writing, they're kind of playing it out because now we have the secondary sub-storyline where Rayna might have a stalker.
No, she has a dang
No,
stalker.
yeah, she's got some.
Or someone has a stalker.
Do you think it's as clear as do you think it's Zach Wells, or if it's someone completely different?
I think if they played it the way they did, because we were sitting
Yeah.
there while we were watching, and literally as she's seeing this and the roses are falling out, she gets the unknown call and it's Zach. It's like, that would be a little too easy, I think.
Unless they want us to think that and then it turns out to like I don't know these writers. We don't know these writers yet, you know, that well. So
well, they're similar. Did they keep the same people?
Are they? Oh,
he kept most of.
Yeah,
like,
most of
okay, then it's not Zach.
We still have the same producers.
I have a really good prediction about the stalker situation. I'm gonna try to save it. Remind me, okay, that it's about the stalker.
Save
Yeah,
stalker
I just got
prediction.
something. I don't know.
Okay, save it.
Save it.
I'm gonna
Did
Did
save
you
it.
feel it coming
I
off
feel
of
like
me?
I felt it, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna save it.
I have a prediction about the
Well,
stalker as well.
Okay, we'll get to that. But I don't know. I think we'll see where this goes. And here's the other point. Her and Deacon both have a stake in this and wanting the business to happen because they have an album to make. So him kind of giving them free money, it kind of benefits them if they, until we see how the creative aspect happens. But I don't know. He seems amicable at this point. We'll see what happens.
And he's not. I don't know.
Until he wants something. See, I'm a little sketched
he
out.
needs want something.
She needs the money.
I know,
Like,
and that's what
beggars
he
can't
knows.
be choosers
No,
right
but
now.
he knows that. That's
Yeah.
where he has the upper hand.
And how did he know that she was struggling? He said she's struggling. Oh, like everyone else in the industry.
I think because it's like
but-
moving digitally, like he knows like
Okay.
the aspects of that.
Okay.
But I do have a weird thing where it's like it's
Going
too
back
good
and
to be
forth,
true.
yeah.
I think.
It is too good.
I have a prediction about that.
Okay, we'll save them. We got
But-
lots of them. I'm sure y'all do too.
The contract seems solid.
Or so the
even
lawyer
said.
said,
The
unless she's
contract-
been
there's
paid
an
off.
escape clause, and we actually do see Rayna sign this, so they are officially doing business together. I think hopefully, I just want to be positive. I think it actually turned out well for Rayna.
I hope so.
All right,
I hope.
moving on. It will actually. Juliette. All right,
And- Okay,
Juliette.
Oh, Juliette.
she's a hard one for me.
She is.
Because she goes, it's always the same of like, ugh, girl, you know, and why do you keep doing it and reverting to your old ways? But I guess that's what everyone does in life, right?
Yeah,
It
that's
takes
true.
a lot of effort.
It's like one step forward, two steps
steps
back.
back.
but
Not
she's
being
trying.
literal.
That's the difference. She's trying.
Yeah.
She's self-aware.
Yeah,
She's
and that's
self-aware,
different.
And I give
from-
her that.
Different
But-
from being just a selfish brat.
Right, that
yes.
she was before. But you know, I want to. I don't know if we're jumping ahead to the pills.
Yeah, that's
But
in there.
I understand where she's coming from. Like, you know, she was addicted before.
was her mother.
She was, She doesn't want to go through that route again. She wants to see how far she can take the pain. I totally understand that, and I don't think Avery should have been as hard on her about it, saying like, "Oh, the doctors." Well, the doctors don't know your mom's. Well, I don't know if they do, but they don't know your mom was addicted. They don't know that you were like binge drinking and doing drugs like a year or so ago.
Yeah, but it's not even about Juliette's mother. It's about just Juliette.
Yeah.
And what I enjoyed, and I wrote down in my notes, Juliette knows her own limitations. And that's why she didn't want to take the medicine. And she has an addictive personality. So, like, I give her props for realizing she can fall back to bad ways in that. And
Real quick.
And she stopped herself. Granted, like, the way that she explained it to...
That's what I said. She needs to learn how to deliver messages better.
To
Yeah.
Avery
Annoying.
wasn't the greatest, but the fact that she knows her limitations and she did it for her own good personal reasons, I give her that.
Yep.
Just like sometimes I can't believe Avery is my favorite guy on the show at this
I know.
point.
I was thinking that the entire
But he
episode.
is. And I actually like feels for him. Like, what a good dude, because
Yeah.
that
So good.
is taxing, and that's that's her fear. Her fear is being rejected and
Mm-hmm.
not being wanted by the person she loves and needs. Finally, she expresses that, but like that's why she acts the way she does. He gets that because he truly does love her,
Mm-hmm.
but like, poor guy has to deal with a lot, you know. I don't know.
Well, he did say, like, you know, that the whole speech with
That was
Will,
great. That
you
was
know,
yeah.
you know, love is test. It will test you, and we can definitely see Avery gone through that. And yeah, granted, Juliette, growing up, she didn't have people who actually gave her things and waited on her hand and foot out of love.
It was all you were paid to
So
do
this
it,
is
so you're
something
gonna
she's
do it.
never experienced. Someone who's actually doing this out of love for her, and like, granted, she's looking at it in like a very small scope.
I don't know though.
The fact that Avery's doing it, he's such a good man.
But I agree with her in the fact of like, if something like that happened to me, I would feel like a burden. And I
Right.
would worry that I was always putting someone out. And like, I mean, love is a different thing. And that's what he's expressing to her. And she needs to probably hear that and be validated by that. But like, that is hard. Like, she can't move. Like, he has to do everything right now. And she doesn't want to, again, fear of rejection of him walking away because she's too much to handle. Like, that's what she is expressing when she's yelling and screaming at him. She just needed to say it in the right way.
And we saw, I think it was last week or the week before, where she wants to go to the bathroom. He's like, "Okay, I'll come help you." She's like, "No." It's like, you know,
I know.
Kinda degrading.
It's a hard thing. I
Yeah.
would feel like that would be really difficult for me. She's a strong, independent woman.
Yeah.
She's never
Very strong,
needed
yeah.
really anyone, but she does need him for so many reasons.
Yeah.
Not just because she's been
Emotional
in the
support.
accident. Yeah.
Not just physical support, definitely emotional support. And I have to give it to Juliette. Like she's trying to push herself, which is good because sometimes in physical, rehabilitation, you actually do have to push your limits, and that's what she's doing slowly but surely. It's frustrating, but she's getting there.
But I think she's also doing that emotionally too. When
Yeah.
I think in a weird way, and this happens in people's lives, where something bad happens or unfortunate happens, you're like, wait a second. It takes you that change in perspective of why me, and that's what she has asked this entire season. Why her? Why was she spared? And I think it's a really good thing for her to have seen this person who was so selfless to be there and help her and is so open to getting to know her and talking to her, and then for her to go and pray and try and just become. She's always been a good soul. She just hasn't been able to show up because of the walls that she puts up.
And I think it was eye-opening for her to see somebody who wouldn't take her car, who doesn't want money from her, who
wait,
doesn't
I
want
can't just-
anything
yeah.
from her. She just, she wanted her to be safe, and she did save her life, and she wants nothing in return. People have done way less for her and have asked for so much more
Right.
from her.
Exactly.
So it's
And
a
no wonder she
totally
is-
different world for her.
Yeah, I like this storyline. I like to see that she's growing as a human, and I think we'll see. And I hope that she gets back to killing it on the stage.
Oh, I'm
because
like,
she's too good that way.
we know she will.
She will, but I think we're gonna hear
Yeah.
some really raw and different
music.
Music,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I predicted a couple episodes ago. I think that we might hear gospel music from her.
Ooh,
Yeah, just
I
something
got
where it's really
chills.
her. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be great. But what were your thoughts of her? Yes, she's questioning with the whole Survivor girl. She's questioning why she survived. But I kind of want to say maybe a little slightly religious turn, or just her opening her world to faith, the possibility of faith.
I think she's always known there's a God. I think that she knows that stuff deep down, honestly.
Yeah, she's never been
yeah, and growing up
against
where
it.
she's grown up, you're around that, people believe in that. So I think this is her way of, I don't know, talking to a higher power that maybe she hasn't spoken to. I think it's an interesting.
She may have even been I want to say angry with God from what her mom put her through, and then
I would say that.
maybe kind of shape the type of person she became, and now it's kind of whoa.
That's what I think, though. I would agree with that. I think she's always known it, but she's kind of rejected it.
Yeah.
And when something like that happens, she kind of is well, maybe I should. I know it. I think she's always known deep down.
Yeah.
You know, that's just who she is, because you know that she can do good for certain
Yep.
people. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So I think this is her way of being okay, I am worthy, I am loved, and it's getting her to that point.
I kind of agree with that. I think that we after all these seasons, we know her character loves being in control, and this is something that she can't control, which kind of forces her to think maybe there is something bigger out there. As much as she's fought against it, that she can't fight against, that she can't control this.
Yeah,
I
like
think that, but also that she is worthy of happiness and worthy of love.
Yeah,
and
because she's always hated herself.
right, and always and
Yeah.
always the fear of whatever. Yeah, I think this is her way of being wait, you were saved, you are loved.
There's
know?
a reason for that, so hopefully I
really
think that's where
like
it's
this.
going.
I like this storyline, and I think it's relatable to a lot of people because everybody goes through something in their life.
Yep,
Yeah.
that opens their eyes.
And
so-
you wonder why,
yeah,
or you question things, and this is a good, relatable storyline for her.
Yeah, it turns the new leaf in their character in their lives. I love it. I think she still needs to properly go through her rehabilitation stage.
and go to
Physical
psych
therapy,
She'll
physical
get through it,
therapy,
yeah.
and her mental evaluations, the psychological evaluation. She just needs to do it. As slow as the process it is, it's still healing. And she needs to
Again,
do
she's
that.
always been impatient. She's always wanted to control everything. This is what she's learning. So I think this is all going to come with time, where she's going to be I do need to take my time. I do need to go do all these things.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. Anything
Cool.
else about this episode?
I don't
I
think
think
so.
we covered
I
it.
think so. Should we?
So much. All right. I think
Straight
that
to the-
takes
Oh, did we talk about Randall,
Randall.
Randall.
the
Oh,
assistant?
Well, I think that's predictions, kind of.
All right,
We're
all
talking
right.
about
Let's get to predictions then.
Good segue, right?
Good one.
Okay.
What a creepo.
Well,
Right?
before we forget, yes, about Randall, but Whitney, you had a prediction about the stalker.
Well, this is kind of comes into play because I think that actually Rayna's not being completely stalked. I think Maddie's being stalked.
Oh my God! I did get the vibe. Hey!
That is so
one day
funny.
back, and oh my God!
Wow, we're already on it, people.
And then I thought, no, she won't say that because, like, I don't know, but yeah,
that's funny. Well, obviously the letter was to Rayna, but I think it like stems to like the next best thing, the Rayna that maybe this person grew up with. I don't know if it's actually Randall either. I think he's a creepo.
He's doing some weird things. We saw him steal like that thing.
But it was a picture of Maddie. I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's why I don't know. I think it actually may be someone we don't know yet.
Yes.
And I think it's someone watching from the side. But I do think it's like maybe they grew up when Rayna was in her like prime and her fame, and now Maddie's kind of coming into that.
Yep.
So that I think it's going to be her that they go after.
Oh my gosh!
When they all think it's Rayna.
Chills.
It's crazy.
Right?
It's crazy.
Violet, what are your thoughts?
I literally was gonna
is so
say I think
funny.
it's Maddie, and that it's crazy. I can't even explain it right now.
Think Maddie.
Right?
Because
The minute you said it, I was like,
clearly just
whoa.
Rayna.
Really?
Yeah,
This is
that's crazy.
That's good, though.
I don't remember my other. Oh, I think, okay, if Zach goes like a totally evil route, I think he's gonna try to, and he might even succeed taking Highway 65 completely from Rayna, and I think that might be his goal.
Buy out Rayna.
Yep.
It's so weird how
that'd be terrible.
I'm sketched by him because it's so weird how much he's just so nice and he loves her and he does
nice
everything.
he is.
But there's got to be some reason where he has, as Deacon pointed out.
Exactly.
I don't know. I think Deacon's going to kind of guess it before it happens.
I hope so. Oh, that'd be so devastating.
Can't Zach just be a good guy?
Right?
Can't he just be a
one
genuine
good
fan
guy?
who cares?
But they've planted seeds already to where
Yeah,
you're sketched out by him or a little skeptical, so I don't know that he can
And then,
be.
like, they keep taking us back and forth, so I think it's going to go a negative route.
Okay, interesting. I don't think the stalker is either Randall or Zach.
Right.
I think because we saw that shot of someone in a car watching Rayna walk into this studio.
That's why I thought
it
the
could
same
be
thing.
anyone, and we know in the day of social media, like Brayna's in a big spotlight. It could literally be anyone.
Anybody.
I'm gonna guess it's someone young though.
I'm
gonna guess like somewhere from like teenager to
really?
mid-20s. I think it's gonna be a young person.
Interesting.
Okay, if I had to
Yeah.
pick exactly what I think it's someone they know already, someone
Yeah.
that's been close to them. Maybe
Jeez.
they kind of grew up together. Like I just really think it's like someone who knew Rayna as they grew up at the same time, but he's going after Maddie because it's like the new
Right.
new
So
Rayna.
something's gonna happen to Maddie to open
I
Rayna's
do
eyes.
think so. I mean, their eyes are open at this point.
Yeah,
Maddie's been a little brat
Maddie's,
this whole time. It's just like
it seems like she's kind of brushing it off. She's like, it's just a letter. She didn't really
she
tell
brought in.
Deacon about it. But the thing is, I mean, that was a handwritten letter.
Yep.
You take that to police. That is clear-cut evidence of
that's what
stalking.
And they
about to
show
find
us
out.
next
Yes.
week when
And-
they ask Randall to write
To
that
write something,
a line.
like, you get
I mean,
the-
come on,
He's a
anyone can
weirdo.
change their handwriting.
Get the graphology testing. I don't know, but that is clear physical evidence. I mean, they can actually get people to trace back where that came
Fingerprinting.
from. Yeah, and then
Get some detective
do all
work.
the
so
DNA
weird.
testing.
He's
on
just so
Randall
weird.
is. How do you even get that job being
He was
that
too
way?
overeager in
Come
general, so they
on.
should have seen that.
Any like high person, you know,
She
like
already
someone in,
sees
it. Yeah,
in
but-
Rayna's position would have been like, okay, creeper, bye.
But
I
that's also
would've.
my thing. It seems too easy to think
Yeah,
it's
to
Randall.
think it's him.
And
Yeah,
too
I think
easy
you
to
guys
think
are
it's
right.
Zach.
I
It's
think
too
it's
easy
someone
for it to
completely
be
different.
Randall.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's too easy.
I'd like to see someone like under our noses this whole time, but
They're
we didn't
painting
see
it for both of those guys. Which one could it be? And
Yeah,
it's gonna be
someone
someone
that's gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, it's person C.
But
Yeah,
I think we've met him before.
that's
Or at
Yeah.
least seen him in
Or
his
just
back.
seen
Someone
him.
assassin.
Yeah, and we're gonna be like, oh my god, I remember that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Can
yep.
I just
stuff,
say one
yeah.
thing before?
Oh yeah.
What
I
is
miss
it?
Luke Wheeler.
Oh, he is coming back, I think, for an episode.
Stop,
I read that today.
really? Oh my gosh.
Because I know that him and
Wait, his
Aubrey
name was Luke
Peoples were
Wheeler,
like,
yeah.
Luke Wheeler, and what was her name? Layla.
Layla.
So
And-
both of them obviously weren't returning, but I did read that he will do a guest
Oh
role.
my god, I miss him.
I know,
just have
he
to
is
put that
good.
out there.
Okay.
We'll see when that happens, huh?
That'd be interesting.
Good
All right.
episode.
Great
was
episode.
good.
I love it.
Download
so
the music because
excited.
it was fantastic. All right. In the meantime, where can everyone keep following you?
You can follow me everywhere at Violet Kanian.
I'm everywhere at Southern_Wit.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV. You can follow all of us here on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those fun social media platforms at AfterBuzz TV. Keep rating, keep commenting, keep subscribing, keep talking about Nashville, because we
Tell us
certainly
your
are.
theories.
I
Hello.
know.
Tell us, who do you think is stalking Rayna? And what are your thoughts of them moving to CMT? How great the show has been since. Let us know. Keep tweeting at us and keep talking to us, and we will talk to you next time.
Next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.